Okay, so this is DisturbingPuppet back again doing another game of Blood Bowl 2, continuing with my Chaos Dwarf team. So I know this might be a weird time for people. It's kind of a weekday night, kind of late, but where I'm at, it's actually afternoon. What's nice is that at least right now, it's not too bad as far as temperature. The last few days have been crazy hot. So today, not too bad. I don't have to have a fan running next to me, anything noisy, so should be okay. So I'm just kind of checking to make sure everything's working here. Looks like everything is okay. Okay, so we'll just get into the game. Hopefully this one will be fairly quick. Everything seems to be working all right. If anyone's actually watching, if you see anything weird about the sound here, it seems off or anything, let me know.
Good evening,
So again, I'm just completing another game with my Chaos Dwarf team. Next up is the Chaos team. So let me quickly take a look here and make sure everything seems okay. Yep, okay. So I'll go over my team really quick here just so people can see what I've got going on with Chaos Dwarves. Had quite a few upgrades. We're a little bit over halfway through the regular part of the season before we get into the playoffs. So I've got two Bull Centaurs here, both of whom I've upgraded with block. I've got 4 Hobgoblins here that have received some upgrades, one that hasn't down here. I recently added to the team. The ones that have upgrades, most of them have Sure Hands. Some of them do have Dodge and Sure Hands because I rolled doubles on a skill upgrade. Then for my Chaos Dwarf blockers, most of them have had Guarded added to them. I've got 2 guys I leveled up last time again to another step. So in addition to the Guard, this one's got Mighty Blow. And then I gave this player Dauntless. So kind of my frontline guys. So again, I'm an old board game Blood Bowl player. Played a lot of the 360 version of the previous Blood Bowl game. Playing this and kind of figure if I'm playing it, I might as well stream it. And then eventually I'll kind of put it up on YouTube as well. And my YouTube account is also DisturbingPuppet. So I'll take a look at the opposing team. Okay, we've got increased agility Chaos Warrior. That's sort of unusual. Increased movement Chaos Warrior. Minotaur, always going to be a problem. So he's got guys with claws, block, claws and block. That's Mighty Blow, okay. And a Minotaur. So his team rating's a bit lower than mine. He's definitely going to get a bunch of money, so he'll probably have star players and all kinds of other crazy stuff he's going to add in here to make things difficult for me. But oh well, that's pretty typical. I almost always have a higher rating than the teams I'm playing against.
At Massive Bifford fan on Twerper has just sent you a rather intimate message, Bob. Would you like to take a look?
Huh? What does ogre on ogre action mean?
Okay, let's start the match. I'm not going to spend any of my points or money on anything. Let's see what he's going to take. Halfling Master Chef, Blood Rose Babe. Sometimes I noticed last time some of the stuff that the opponent picked didn't show up here, some star players. So we'll see if he's also has star players in addition to those two things. So again, I'm just kind of continuing in my current set of games with this competition. We're over halfway towards the playoffs. Just kind of keeping going with my Chaos Dwarf team. First time playing the Chaos Dwarfs.
Chef cooking down there. Smells good. Nice weather to play Blood Bowl. I'm thirsty. Are you, Bob?
Sure am.
I've got the game sound turned down a bit, so hopefully the commentators won't drive you nuts.
Just how
I know it's very distracting for some people. I don't mind too much.
all the taste of Budweiser
It does get a little repetitive, but the first few times you hear stuff, it's entertaining.
Any contribution to our previous thoughts and rumored sponsorship deals are purely...
So usually I kind of beat up the opposing team. In this case, they can fight back pretty well, so we'll see how that goes.
Action. We should get some today, with one team having an edge over their opponents. On parchment, anyway.
I usually do kick the ball so that I can guarantee I get the ball for the second half.
What's the best tactic?
And I lose 3 rerolls. It's kind of bad.
run faster.
So I don't know why it always gives me these goofy setups to start with. I have kind of some typical ones that I go with. So I want to find my guys. Is that Dauntless? Yeah, I'll throw my Dauntless and Mighty Blow guy in the front here somewhere. Having all the guards up front really does help. I'm going to put all the dwarves kind of in the general area. You don't have to worry too much about getting or having guys try to sneak past me or anything like I did with the last game. And I'll probably put my less experienced hobgoblins out here, just so they can possibly get some experience, and at least have a chance at getting an MVP award. I did play Chaos before in the previous game. I really enjoyed playing them. The Horns ability really makes it nice to start off with. This might be a little difficult, but we'll see how it goes. Start the game. Pretty typical formation for me, sort of an arrow kind of formation. Dwarves, you do have to kind of worry ahead of time about where they're going to go. You're so slow that it's hard to counteract your opponent's actions. You have to kind of anticipate what's going to happen. You're a little slow to react. Typically, I just kick to the center here where it gives you the marker, unless there's somebody there that I want to get the ball away from or don't want to have receive it right away. Really, the hope is that it just lands somewhere that allows you to at least make the opponent have to make some rolls to pick it up and get going. So I can change my setup. That's pretty nice. Since the ball's going to go here, I might as well put some people right next to it and make it a little harder to deal with.
No need to be like that. My life coach said.
He doesn't have his Minotaur in the front line, which is pretty unusual. I may go ahead and just kind of add some guys here. Since I have guard, it just gives me additional assists. Makes things a little tougher for the opponent. And I'm actually going to move my other hobgoblin to the center just in case, since we know the ball's going to be here. Yeah, that'll be fine, I think. Too bad it rolled away a little bit. I was hoping my guys would be right on it, make it difficult to pick up. So let's see what he's going to do.
Oh dear. Someone's getting fired in the morning.
I managed to get it with a reroll anyway. And a wild animal messes things up for him. One of the reasons I don't have a Minotaur on my team. I'd rather have the Dwarves with Guard, actually. As long as I can stay on my feet, I make it kind of difficult for him. Okay. So, if you haven't played before, do the safe things first. Important things are probably next. With a heavy-hitting team, you can kind of beat up the opponent a little bit before you really do super important things. It's relatively safe. I used to play Undead, so that was something that was often a good tactic. I'm just going to sort of get in position here to possibly beat up his line if I can. He doesn't have any additional skills. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the ball here. Try to knock it loose, and why not?
This could be a sack. I love it when that happens.
No. Oh well.
Pushing.
So try to make things difficult at least. Now I do have an opening. I could get my other Bull Centaur through to kind of get in the backfield. It's probably more likely he'll try to sneak through this way. I've got a couple Hobgoblins I can move over and make that more difficult. It's nice to have someone you can reliably hit people with, though, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him yet. I think I'm going to just throw some blocks here and see what happens. Try to push his line over out of the way a little bit. I do have kind of straight up rolls here, but I do have the advantage in that I've got block. He doesn't. Except for these guys down here. So if I can take these guys down, have the additional assists, it's not a bad way to go. I'll give it a shot here to see what happens. Hey, awesome. Use a reroll right away.
He won't leave him alone anytime soon.
This does allow me to kind of move over like this, get additional assists. I guess I didn't actually need to do that, but why not?
The attacker has an assist.
I'm actually going to stay so I kind of maintain my line here. Same here, I'm not going to follow up. Want the support of my other guys. So here I'm just going to move him over so that I've got sort of some coverage with tackle zones. So at least he'll have to make some rolls through, or he'll have to blitz over here. Trying to make it difficult for him to come down along the sidelines. He's got multiple tackle zones to get through. I'm going to move him over in the general area as well, in sort of a central position. Trying to keep things difficult. Yeah, still not sure about the Bull Centaur. Easy thing would be just put him next to this player to tie him up down here. I'm kind of do it this way, so I push him towards the side, possibly knock him off the field.
warrior.
Unity is strength.
One less annoyance to deal with.
Yeah, most likely he's going to try to build a cage around his ball carrier here. Pretty typical Chaos tactic. Actually, I just noticed this guy does have little Wolverine claws, so it is actually modeling the mutations. That's cool.
With fences flailing, he's following up, hoping to get the knockdown next time.
So again, safe things first, getting your guys up, unless you want to maybe blitz with them or attack with them. I could possibly try to do some kind of blitz here with him getting up, but we'll hold off for now. See what we can do. So we'll start throwing some blocks here where I have advantages, see what we can do. Keep the line sort of intact if we can.
Moved right next to a teammate.
That player is about to get punched above and below the belt at the same time.
Gotta throw blocks if you want to try to hurt people. Hurting people is generally what bruiser teams are good at, what they need to do to win, what they need to do to compete. Your undead team, slow, can beat people up. Dwarf team, slow, beat people up. Chaos Dwarves, mostly slow, beat people up. I'm just going to try to contain things out here on the side, get an assist.
Get in their face.
Just trying to make things difficult for them to advance up this way. Have some guys at the ready in case he tries to break through or can break through. I'm not really going after the ball here at this point. I don't really have a good angle on it right now to kind of take out these guys in the center, and I can sort of roll my guys over that way. Especially since he's committed so many guys over here, which is a little strange. He may just be trying to draw some of my guys to that side.
Haha, here's some friends.
No, that's good for me because I block. No, and he uses a reroll. Since he stole a bunch of my rerolls with the Halfling Master Chef. So a lot of shoving back and forth, knocking people over, and then I'll knock his guys over. It's kind of two bruiser teams running into each other. It's pretty typical.
Got fists bigger than ham joints. more, step-end.
You can see the claws on his guy there too. That's pretty cool. I don't think he's going to advance the ball here at all. No. Now, in this kind of position, it would not be a bad idea to just blitz with this character. You'll have to do the, or at least make that decision and declare it before you get the guy to stand up. But you can still blitz if you start on the ground, as long as you have the movement, as long as you declare it first. So I think I will just go ahead and do that. Why not? So you declare your blitz.
Because two big guys is always better than one.
And we'll kind of move up a little bit, get on the ball carrier.
Get rid of the ball. Now there's pressure on them.
And we'll see what kind of openings we can make here near the ball. Yeah, we'll do this, that way I can follow up. Also get adjacent to the ball carrier.
Gathering around that lone player, like halflings round a
That's not what I wanted, but that's alright. Staying here so I have more assists to deal with these guys. So I can at least have 2 dice on somebody.
This player likes to be well assisted in the fight.
Yeah, I block and you don't.
Right, made with technique and precision. It's not about sheer muscle. Sound.
Kind of hard with the big guys to tell where exactly people are sometimes. Let's see. Just knock this guy around a little bit. Yeah, just keep him busy still.
Smug for remaining upright. Pride comes before a fall.
Don't have a way to get the ball this turn. I may move him down here a little bit just so I might be able to grab the ball from behind if things go well. Don't want to go too far, overcommit. And if I go for it twice, even from here, I could potentially run in for an end zone to a touchdown. And here we're just kind of covering the area with tackle zones, so it's less likely he can dodge around. Still possible. With an agile team, I'd be a bit more careful about the edges here and keeping somebody back further. But with Chaos, they're not that agile. I'm not worried about it too much. This should fail, I would hope, anyway. And we'll leave him as here as well. Additional tackle zones covering the area. Yeah, if he keeps drawing guys over to that side, I'm totally fine with that. It's really dangerous doing a one-die attack roll. I don't do that very often. With dwarves or chaos dwarves, you might really get away with it because you've got the block skill, helps you a little bit.
Less pressure on the ball. It's a good thing.
See, and there he's the guy that was down. The blitz gives the strength advantage because of horns. So again, his ball carrier's not moving, but he is building a cage around him. Uh-oh. Losing a point of movement is not good. That went away super quick. The timer was up. That was strange. So I didn't have a chance to even use my apothecary, and I was thinking about it. Timer did not run down, it just disappeared when there was about 9 seconds left. So I haven't seen that happen before. So I guess you'll have a permanent movement reduction. Do the same, blitz in from a down position.
Get together and fall like
And just a push isn't much. Just knocking each other back and forth. Just moving a bit closer. Dwarfs are so slow that you kind of have to move them when you can.
Is the assist going to be enough to come out on top? Watch this, Jim. Light these players up, there's no stopping them.
Now here I may block with the Hobgoblin just so I can move the Dwarf up for more assistance. As long as the block goes okay. Keep him where he's at. I don't want him getting smacked around. He's sort of there holding the line. I'll kind of move around this way. We're right on the ball.
Put some pressure on the ball carrier. Move quicker.
I'm even going to move another guy up.
This could be fun, especially if the ball holder goes down.
They're really slamming into each other head on here just to see who's going to beat the other person. And again, I'll just kind of leave him here to help cover for tackle zones in the back. He's here in case the ball gets loose at some point. I'm able to grab it. He may come running over here to knock me a bit around, but I may move a little bit further down. And I'll go with that, see what happens.
Close and personal, Bob.
You need to be close. So close they can smell your breath and see the dead insects in your teeth.
Another one die tackle that's actually coming out okay for him. Knocking my guys around. A lot of these are coming up good for him. Sometimes the dice are with you, sometimes they're not.
That's quite a mess. Even Cinch would struggle to untangle that.
Again, forming a cage around the ball carrier. Getting a little bit further up, not a lot. Let's see what I can do here about getting closer to the ball. We both have block, just a push.
This player, the attacker, smells weakness.
We'll follow, will get me adjacent to the ball carrier here. This turned into a big mess here, though. So I've got the 2 dice here. Why not? He doesn't have block. I do. Take him down. So because I have guard here, I do actually have an advantage. So I could block with him, blitz with him to hit this guy, kind of taking out the sides of the line, maybe working my way in. He does have block, so it is a little dangerous. I've got to reroll. Why not? It pays off. I'm actually going to stay here. I stunned him. That's all right. Hopefully we can take him down too.
Get together and fall on big
And I'm actually going to go ahead and go for here. I've got sure feet, so it's automatic reroll. I had to use it too to get there. Something I've noticed in this game is that you fail on going for it, which is moving a little bit past your normal movement, on a 1 out of 6. So if you roll a d6 in the board game on a 1, so it should be a 1 in 6 chance it happens. And I did notice that in this game it seems like it's really about a 50% chance that it seems to happen. It happens a lot. I've seen it happen, use a reroll, happens again. In some games I've had every single attempt by me and my opponent have all failed. So it's I don't know if the random number generator is a little off sometimes, or there's an issue with the going for it rolls, or what exactly. I'm kind of looking at possibly fouling somebody who's on the ground. I certainly can. I don't know that I have a lot of success at it. Really, my best target is probably this guy, but he's not really anything special, so it's sort of a waste in a way. I'm going to move him down so that he's within his regular movement of the end zone, so in case he gets free, somebody else might get the ball, get it to him, he can run it in. It's not a bad idea to have kind of a possible, maybe, what if things crazily align sort of idea in play at some point. He does have a possible way he can kind of push around this way. So I am going to move this hobgoblin down here, just in case I need it as a last line of defense attempt. Try to throw a block on the ball carrier. Can't really do much with him. He's at a disadvantage. He's by himself. But he's sort of in the way. I'm kind of leave him there. I can't really do much. I can't dodge out of this position or anything. So that'll be it for the turn. So he's moving somebody out to kind of cover my guy down the field. So at least I've drawn somebody off the line. So what kind of injury we have here. No long-term effect, that's fine. I'm just going to let it go and see what happens. Last time it disappeared at about 9. Yeah, it goes away at about 8. So you really only have about 4 seconds to decide there, which is strange. I wasn't planning on using him for that. I'll typically save it for a kill or a reduction in some kind of stat. Strength is the most important stat. If it gets reduced, that's a pretty big deal.
With arms like tree trunks, there was only going to be one result in that spat.
And he's pretty effectively shifted around to that side. I don't have a lot of guys in the way. So now things are looking a little dangerous. He's knocking all my guys down. I could possibly blitz with him, try to take this guy out. If I get my dauntless roll, I'll be able to take him down. Just looking at what other kind of blocks I can throw and where.
They're gathering around that lone player, like halflings round a sandwich.
So now I have this player free. So in this case, we'll just move down here.
Yeah, smells like a good old-fashioned.
I'm really missing my other bull centaur being out. They're kind of my typical guys that I use to actually deal with the ball carrier. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go for it here. I've got enough assists, so I don't think it matters if I have a fail. So I've got block and he doesn't, so down he'll go.
The strength of a bear. Unfortunately, fighting skills of a field bow.
So the slow movement I have, it's kind of difficult to get around to deal with the situation. Try to contain things. I could double up here, have some additional assists here, but then this whole area is totally wide open. I'm going to kind of move him down in the area so I have at least someone who's free I can move up. Moving up, so I do have tackle zones covering an area here. Then I'm going to pull him down as far as we can go as well. So we've got some ability to deal with the situation. Most likely he'll run out to the edge here as far as he can go. I'll give dodging a shot here. I'll move up in case we need the support. Kind of running out of turns, so try to get the ball away from the opponent. But if I can keep him from scoring at least, it should be alright. Pretty rare that the AI scores on me. And usually it's with the more agile teams. Pulling some kind of crazy last minute, grab the ball, pick it up, throw it, catch, crazy catch, make a bunch of dodge rolls, kind of thing.
Close and personal, Bob.
You need to be close. So close they can smell your breath and see the dead insects in your teeth.
Yeah, he's moving a lot of guys over to protect the ball. Hard for me to shift my dwarves over, though.
That is about to get punched above and below the belt at the same time. The domino effect.
Yeah, a little dangerous here. So at this point, I'm just looking at standing these guys up. If I blitz, I want to blitz over to the left side of the field here. Just trying to hang things up here a little bit.
That's it. Get in their face.
Again, trying to do the safe things first. Yeah, is using the Dauntless guy safe. If I fail, it's one die. Yeah, he's got Dauntless, it's not showing up. Yeah, just go for it. Apparently it failed. It's fine. That worked out alright.
Now that was a very risky. But it paid
Yeah, in a situation where I have block and he doesn't, it's not that risky of something to do. Kind of move out here to be in the way. I'm thinking is blitzing with him to hit him. Require a going for it roll to do it.
unity is strength.
This would get me adjacent to the ball carrier as well. And I could move up here to double up on him. I could move directly into here, which just kind of invites getting pounded. Moving here just kind of makes forward progress a little bit more difficult. He could still potentially blitz, knock someone down, and then run through the gap here. He's only got one turn left. I don't think he can get far enough to score, though.
Is the assist going to be enough to come out on top?
Again, we're just beating each other up here on the front line. About all I can do. Should have him contained. Shouldn't be able to score against me. Don't think I'll be able to get the ball away from him, and even if I did, I'm too far away from the end zone to actually do anything about it, which is unfortunate.
They're building a cage around the ball here. It's a solid tactic. It's like peeling an onion. Remove the layers before you get to the good stuff.
And he's got so many rerolls, he can kind of do some dangerous rolls and still turn out okay. Yeah, it's his last turn, so he can't really do anything further than that.
Guys, losing the title. Let's see some blood in Blood Bowl.
Hopefully his luck will turn here. I've got a turn to kind of beat him up. I don't even have to go after the ball or anything. Not much point. Possibly get some injuries is all I'm really looking at this point.
The attacker has an assist.
Just hoping for injuries or something.
This player likes to be well assisted in a fight.
Not likely heavy armor and stuff they've got. Kind of like my team. Not too likely to get injuries. Yeah, I don't have any good rolls here, just a one-on-one. I do a block and he doesn't, so why not try? Just hoping for injuries, but you gotta roll those dice if you want to try. Same kind of thing, I've got one die, but I will block, he doesn't. Got the reroll.
Twinkle toes there.
You have to use the reroll.
He's on him now, like a halfling on a hot dinner.
Yeah, I'll have to call it good there. Nothing else I can really do. Unfortunately, I'll be down a couple guys, I think. Yep. And he's down nobody. So he's definitely getting the better of me in this.
These teams are on the edge. His kick
And he steals another one of my rerolls. Now in this case, kicker does set up first, so I do have the advantage of seeing what he's doing and try to decide how I'm going to set my guys up. It's another weird auto setup here on my side. Looking for my Dauntless and Mighty Blow guys. I may just ignore the Minotaur in the middle. Just hope he gets wild animal rolls or something so he doesn't actually get a chance to do much. So in this case, I'll be putting my dodge and sure hands guys out here on the side so I can use them to advance the ball.
Polishing my teeth.
Why are you polishing your fan?
A few sure hands guys in the back, so if the ball gets kicked back here, somebody can get to it, pick it up, hopefully, and maybe pass it off to one of the guys further up.
So I need to look my best.
We have a hobgoblin here with no star player points, fairly new, and just as a sacrificial lamb possibly in the middle. I'll get to go first, so it's not too crazy. I know what I'm doing here. The ideal would be going up this side, since I've got the bull centaur on this side. Kind of an unusual setup, but I'm basing off of what he's doing as far as his setup and reacting to it. Setup and how you do it, whether you're receiving or kicking, is a very important part of the game. Definitely something you want to keep in mind, think about. So now I'm looking at how am I going to open things up.
Have you tried that Croxiade yet, Bob?
A sports drink made by the Skaven of Clan Pestilence? No thanks, I'll give it a miss. I may not be the sharpest spike on the armor, but I'm not that stupid.
They just got to... What's happening?
Okay, a knockout. Finally something.
Look at that. Yes, the unmistakable sign of a player's eyes rolling up into his head. He'll be out for some time.
Come over and get an additional assist. Which will let me take these guys out. I don't need the Dauntless, so it doesn't matter. Roll double skulls, though. Twice in a row. Awesome. Chances of that are very, very, very low, but it does happen. It seems like more often in the computer game than it does in the board game. It's highly unfortunate. It's going to make things a lot more difficult. Puts me in a little bit of a bad situation.
If the player is pushed here, it will finish in the public. And in general, fans are much more dangerous than players.
If my guys can stay on their feet, it would be helpful. I'm just getting beat up here. Okay, so again, see things first. In this case, standing everybody up. More poundings back and forth. Now, knowing ahead of time he's going to kind of blow through right here. Got the assist here, so try to clear the way a bit.
They've picked up the ball. I suppose I should say something memorable or funny here.
it. Get rid of the ball. Free up your fists for punching.
Trying to move things along here if I can. Getting him in a position where I've got some support, moving the ball further away. Since I do have dodge here, I'm going to try to dodge away. I'm going to kind of leave him here against the Minotaur as sort of a sacrificial lamb. If I don't have somebody next to him, he'll possibly blitz with him, which is dangerous. And his block is dangerous too, but nothing I can really do is going to make much safer for my ball carrier. I could possibly, if I do successfully dodge out, I could make more of a cage around him. Dodge chances aren't super great.
The thing about Blood Bowl is how it brings everyone together in a common joy.
I'd rather keep him here if possible, so
Dwarfs,
I'm going to leave him there for now.
beastmen sharing the delightful violence in the same stadium and all desperate to see some shredding death.
He does have a lot of guys committed on that left side, so hopefully if I can keep them there, I can move past, get down the field here a bit.
If ever I saw one.
These guys aren't super fast.
This could be a sack. I love it when that happens.
Unfortunately, going down here.
Bang! Headshot.
Well, that's pretty unlikely he's going to make it. And he's using a reroll.
Scooping up the ball.
He actually got the ball. That's crazy. Yep, stay on your feet, stay on your feet.
Sometimes the underdog. Not this time.
I'm just trying to piece things apart here and see what I can do. And have him just kind of keep him busy. Move him in position so I can get an assist on the block here against the ball carrier.
The end zone is in sight.
Still only one die. Not great. Try to deal with this guy if we can. Actually gonna stay put. Keep on the Chaos Warrior. I got an injury, finally. Help things a little bit. Clear up the mess. Does mean I could move him here to get an additional assist. Then I've got nobody to possibly get the ball if the ball does come loose. So maybe I'll go ahead and risk it since I've got the reroll. That's just one die. See what happens. Not good. Push him up here. Actually, gonna stay put. And I can do something. Not really. Move here, I should have straight up one die roll attack on the ball carrier. But I think I've got safer things out here I can do. And it's all just ones. Yeah. So might as well go for the ball carrier.
They're attacking the ball carrier, Bob.
I know, Jim. I wanted the same match as you.
So many double attacker downs. So many.
Carrying the ball, then you stop them from scoring.
That is not good. Oh, and there's a failed going for it.
One less annoyance to deal with.
Yeah, at least the guy who's got the ball at least is very slow.
It reminds me of a famous story of Nurgling and the Great Unclean.
Hold it! That player's shuffling off the field. Possibly off his mortal coil.
And he's going for these risky one-off blocks here. Hopefully things will go against him at some point. Make a turnover. This may end up being a 0-0 game, which I haven't had in a long time. So definitely getting him up. And we can get him up. Try to knock the ball free with my Bull Centaur here. Both have block, though. Jeez, another double attacker down. Dice are not with me today. Don't have good assists here to be able to deal with anybody. I mean, I've got a straight up roll here. Double roll here, go for that. I'm just pushing them around. Another double attacker down.
Oh, that's a good attack. Now, can they capitalize on this?
Not good for me.
I've heard stroking him on his belly or chin may calm him down.
And if he'll just pound his way through my hobgoblins here, unfortunately. Even with the one-off rolls, he's always getting it. I go his favor. 2 dice my way, not going my way. Well, at least it's a turnover for him before he gets to do what he wants with the ball. Really burning through the turns here. I do have an awful lot of guys hung up over here with just 3 of mine. Move him adjacent so we've got the assist.
You need balls to score.
Try to take him out with the Bull Centaur again. And we both have block.
There's no harm in making a block on the ball carrier. Well, actually, you could do a lot of harm. That's kind of the point.
Stand up here to get the assist. So it'll be a 1. Stand him up just to keep him busy. So if I can take this guy down, I can try for a block on the ball carrier. Dauntless actually pays off there. We'll follow that.
This, Jim. Like these players up, there's no stopping them.
So it's a bit dangerous to throw a block here. I do have a reroll, but that hasn't really helped me yet. I'm going to go for it anyway. Another double attacker down. Well, he's going down now. So I'll knock him out to here. Knock him out there. Follow it up.
Not far from the end zone.
Okay, that could be worse. Can't really go for the ball at this point. So I did already have to use a reroll, so it might be better just to hold off on throwing blocks just to keep these guys tied up, or possibly tied up. If I can get a successful block here, it could help though. I'll take the risk. Alright. And I'm going to stay to kind of keep these guys tied up. So we're not in a terrible position, but it's not great either. It's a wild animal roll again. I was used up all his rerolls now. Good, just a push.
What can you do against a speed horn?
The aim between the eyes.
Okay, save things first. Try to knock the guys away from the people that go for the ball. One important, so go for the ball.
Now go on, buddy.
Just move on down, normal speed, not going to go for it. Far enough away, we should be okay. Get the Dauntless roll again. Double attacker down. It's the most I've seen in a long time, that popping up.
Go, the little guy.
And another double attacker down. I swear sometimes the dice are totally against you. It seems very unfair. And people refer to RNG. Games like this and XCOM and things like that. Anything's dice rolling involved. When it's a computer, I do sometimes wonder about the random number generator. With dice, sometimes the dice are totally against you, even in a board game. It just doesn't go your way. I used to play Blood Bowl and had pretty good luck. Necromunda, I played quite a bit too, and had terrible luck in Necromunda. I was constantly having guys get killed. I was always the bottom of the league. I would have at least half my guys who were taken down in a fight seem to end up dying. You know, somebody new would take over as the leader of the group, and they'd get killed in the next game, and constantly playing catch-up. At least there things go against him. So I've got 2 turns. Nobody's going to catch my runner if I move him on down. I'm not going to go for it to score. He's got nobody who can catch me. Play it totally safe. No die rolls involved.
And yet the score is in dead.
I do have my Dauntless guy next to Minotaur. That's a possible thing I could do. Yeah, it's a lot of one-off rolls here. Yeah, I mean, I could bring a Hobgoblin over to have an assist in case he does make his Dauntless roll for the block. If he doesn't, though, he's going to get hurt. I can use him to tie up this guy's tackle zone so he can at least make a straight-up block against him, or a block with 1 die advantage here. It's probably the safer thing to do.
Gone into the opponent's tackle zone. Hey, should be good. Because 2 big guys is always better than 1.
Yeah, I don't like using my more skilled players for something that dangerous to come up here for an assist for a Dauntless style takedown. I don't like it, especially with the way the dice are going for me right now. But I'm going to do it anyway. My luck's supposed to turn at some point, right?
To disadvantage is obvious.
That's not good. Oh well. That was pretty likely to happen. The way things are going. Hopefully he just doesn't hurt my guys too much here. No permanent injuries, hopefully.
If the player gets pushed into the cloud, well, last time that happened, it took 3 days to piece the body back together.
Come on, you can survive. Okay, yep, I'm not even going to risk any blocks or anything. It's too dangerous. We're just going to score.
I think that this slave will receive a reward.
Some lashes with a cat of 10 tails.
Probably, but a little more than usual.
Not even going to mess around. Just get the point. Get the star player points.
Bored and rigid in your last girlfriend.
And still down the 2 guys. And he's down 1. So that was my last turn. He'll have 1 turn. No way he can score, so I'm going to win the game.
Important thing, you gotta keep possession of the ball, not lose it.
All I really want to do is not get hurt. That's pretty much it. And actually, I'll put my less skilled guys out in the front. Keep my more advanced guys in the back. They're a little safer, not going to get hurt. Yeah, it really does hurt not having that other bull centaur to kind of deal with things. So this will be fine. I could potentially move guys back, but I'm worried about him beating up my front line too much. And again, I just want the ball to stay in bounds, so he'll have to make a roll for it. Well, hopefully he won't actually... He's going to use his Minotaur? That's crazy. Minotaur has like 2 agility, I think. Yeah.
Fantastic.
What was that, jump?
So he'll just have this turn to kind of beat up on my front line, and that'll be it. Game will be over.
I'm just trying to introduce a catchphrase. My agent says it will help for future gigs.
Don't do it again. I hate bad puns.
Missed that action.
Or you can have a turnover and it'll be over and you won't even get a chance to hit any of my guys. That's best for me, that's for sure. Yeah, I had a lot of really bad die rolls in that game, but still managed to get a point. Kept my opponent from scoring, so okay. And even on my money roll at the end, I get a 1. So reroll 2, hey! A lot of bad die rolls this game. Fan factor, no change. So you can see I had 8 armor breaks against him, 7 armor breaks against me. It's actually kind of surprising. I thought it was much more the other way. I'm just going to delete the replay there. Look at the statistics. Ball possession, very low. He had the ball a lot more than I did. Occupation around half, opponent's half. 50 blocks succeeded, 54 blocks succeeded. I had 1 KO and 1 injury inflicted. He had 1 KO, 2 injuries he inflicted. I had slightly more running than he did. Yeah, this makes it look fairly even, but it didn't feel that way playing the game, that's for sure. So actually very similar for star player points earned in the game. You can look at die rolls to see how even they were. So in this case, it's my team. As you can see, highest number of die rolls was a 1. Second highest being a 4 is then 2. So you can look at your percentages of everything, success percent, that kind of thing. Yeah, sometimes it feels a little off when you look at the stats. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Not crazy off. It was the blocking dice that seemed to be really off for me there. So take a look at the leaderboard where things are at. So I'm in first position, 5 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses for the second set of round robin. You can see there's only one more game left in the second round robin. Then it'll move on to the playoffs. So second place, the Halflings, amazingly enough, with 4 wins and 1 loss. Amazons, 3 wins, 2 losses. Kislev Circus, which is kind of an odd team, 2, 1, and 2. Chaos, 2 wins and 3 losses. Surprisingly, they only have 2 wins. Necromantic, 1, 2, and 2. Dark Elf, only 1 and 4. Kind of strange. Undead, no wins, 1 draw, 4 losses. So I'm kind of curious sometimes how it determines who wins in the previous games. You can look and see who won and by how much. You might have a team that seems really tough if you look at their wins and losses, and then when you play them, you just absolutely destroy them. Could be because your teams match up very well and advantaged for you, but it depends. So in this case, like the Halflings won against Chaos, I think. 3-2, pretty surprising. So next up, I have the Kislev Circus team, my last team in the round robin before we go into the playoffs. And I do have somebody who went up. As you can see again, my team rating is much higher than theirs already before I even do any level ups. So I've got another Hobgoblin going to level 3. I will be out the Bull Centaur for 1 turn, and he did lose that movement point, which isn't great. Because he does have the Sure Feet and Sprint, it can make up for that a little bit. So because it did take a long time to get him blocked, I'm not going to get rid of him just because he lost a point of movement. It does make him a little bit less useful. Strength loss is much more of a deal breaker, especially for someone who's kind of a blitzer position. Even if he had, though, he'd be down with 3, I might still hold on to him, but the movement isn't that big of a deal. So let's level up the Hobgoblin and see what we get. As you can see, only get general skills. If I get doubles, I can pick from something else. He already has dodge and sure hands. So what do we want? Since he's going to be carrying the ball, most likely, I could possibly turn him into a kicker, kickoff return player. That's not a bad choice. Fend isn't too bad. So if he just gets pushed, they won't be adjacent to him. So even if he's knocked down, they can't follow up, which means there'll be a little bit of space around the ball if he was carrying the ball. So yeah, sort of kickoff return, fend would be kind of what I'd be looking at as far as possible things to go for. Probably kickoff return would be the one I would lean towards the most usually. It's what I would probably pick most at the time for this kind of player. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and go with that. That's kind of my normal thing that I'll often pick. It means I can have 1 guy deep when I receive a kickoff instead of having 2 guys deep, and it's fairly safe. Now I do have a decent amount of money at this point, so I could add another player. I do have a guy down for the next game, so that's something to think about. I can't buy another Bull Centaur, though, unfortunately. So I'm maxed out on the Bull Centaurs and the Chaos Dwarfs. So I can get a Hobgoblin. Minotaur I can't afford. Another Hobgoblin isn't a terrible choice. So for my next game, I'll be down a guy, which means I'll have one extra. 11 guys are on the field. There'll be one extra guy in case somebody gets hurt. But if I do add another guy, it increases my team value, which means the opponent will get even more money for star players or other kind of advantages for the next game. So for right now, I'm kind of thinking I won't get another player. I may just kind of sit with this. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, there's only a couple teams anywhere near me, the Amazons and the Undead. Everybody else is quite a bit lower than my team value. The difference, the bigger the difference, the more money they're going to get. So at this point, I probably won't go anything. So next will be the White Cossars, the Kislev Circus team, who I haven't played in a while. I think they were my first game that I played when I started this competition. So I think that's actually going to do it for today. Just kind of doing the one game. Maybe a couple days I'll do another game. Again, I will put these up later on YouTube at some point. My name on there is DisturbingPuppet, just like on Twitch. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks very much for watching. And hope to see you guys next time. My other videos are up on Twitch, and I have the first game of this competition on YouTube. I haven't put the second one up yet. This one will go up at some point, probably in the next week or so. I try to leave a little bit of a gap. I just want to put them up on YouTube so they don't disappear forever, instead of just being up on Twitch for a couple weeks and then being gone. So thanks very much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it, and have a good time. We'll see you next time.